The Electro-Voice Everse 8 is already a legend for professional-grade portable sound, but what if you need more impact without sacrificing battery life or that slick EV design? Enter the Everse 12. Same rock-solid performance and runtime, just bigger sound. And in this slick white finish, this is not just a speaker, it's a statement. My name is Drew, and 1 year ago, I launched my mobile DJ business, Heartbeat Events, here in Ottawa, the capital of Canada. We are a boutique DJ service, so quality equipment and aesthetics are very important to our brand. Today, we're going to talk about all things Everse. We are going to unbox a 12, get it set up and connected with the EV Quicksmart app. I'm going to show you the Everse Duffel bag, why I love it so much. We're going to talk about some other accessories that I have found helpful and even speaker pull options, so let's just dive in. Okay, so a quick spec rundown of the Everse lineup here. Everse 8 has an 8-inch woofer, a high output titanium tweeter, and a max SPL of 121 dB, where the Everse 12 has a 12-inch woofer, a high output compression driver up top, and an incredibly respectable max SPL of 126 dB. All right, let's quickly unbox this bad boy. So an absolute beauty of a speaker, if you ask me. Steel grille, a really nice feeling polypropylene enclosure. On the back, you've got the two XLR TRS combo jacks, the charge port, the XLR output, a 12-volt DC output for your mic box, a 3.5mm aux in. You can also connect a foot switch to trigger effects. It boasts 6 hours of battery play at max output, and at moderate output, you're gonna get at least 12, which is phenomenal. And it comes in weighing just over 30 pounds. Okay, so let's talk accessories for a bit. If you do end up getting some of these speakers, I highly recommend you add the accessory tray. It really just levels up the Everse functionality. It's going to give you a nice flat surface on top of the speaker with some Velcro strapping so you could securely position your mic receiver or whatever you want to put on top there. Included with the tray is this kind of power cable. This is going to allow you to power an Electro-Voice mic receiver from the speaker. Now, if you don't use EV mics, say you use Shure mics or Sennheiser mics like I do, then this cable's not going to work. You need a different one. If you're in the States, NLFX has them. If you're in Canada, grab them from avshop.ca. It's super easy to attach the tray. Just snap this bracket in underneath the top handle with the arrow pointing forward and then tighten the screws from the top. Although it is a simple process to take the tray on and off, I just leave mine on. I've got 3 8s now and 2 12s, all with trays, and they're just gonna stay attached. Speaking of trays though, this is kind of a perfect segue to talk about the Everse Duffel. So the 8s came out first and they released with a single speaker tote. Now it's a great little bag with a convenient side compartment here, but the popular complaint was, fresh from the factory as is, you can't zip up the tote with the tray attached. After a few months of using them and kind of working the bag in, you could get it to work, but it was tight. So when the 12 came out, so did the Duffel. Trays attached, the Duffel can hold 2 8s or 1 12. I keep the IEC cable right here in this front pocket, and then there's a divider here for storage if you want to keep your mic kit or an iPad clamp or something. There's also a zippered pocket, and that's where I keep my Sennheiser power cable. It's got 2 side straps, an adjustable padded shoulder strap as well, so you can carry this however you like. The bottom is abrasion and water resistant, and the entire thing is made out of polyester and PVC, which just feels really durable and well made. Some other accessories I have found useful with how I use my Everse are this laptop sound port, which is essentially a 3.5mm to XLR adapter. Yes, the Everse speaker does have Bluetooth, but I'm not going to risk someone's wedding ceremony to Bluetooth technology. So this is a great way to get sound from your laptop or iPad to one of your main inputs via XLR. As a backup, I have this 50-foot aux cable. Personally, I like to be back out of the way in the corner for a wedding ceremony, and 50 feet usually gets it done. This is super handy. This is a USB step-up converter, and having one of these allows me to connect 2 microsieverse to 1 Everse and still remain totally battery powered. If you're trying to send wireless audio from the mix out to another speaker, there are lots of options. In my opinion, the best way is using something like the Sennheiser EW-D system with a body pack. The X-Vive U3 system is a popular option, but I would only recommend using this if you have a clear line of sight between the 2 speakers and the distance is no more than about 40 feet. The other thing I would recommend is keeping an eye on the secondary market in your area for a used Sennheiser G3 or G4 system. Far stronger and more reliable than the X-Vive, and I got this G3 kit for less than a new U3 kit. All right, it is super easy to connect your Everse to the Quicksmart app, so I'm going to show you that real quick. First step, power on. Usually a pretty quick boot up. Yep, it's already to go. We're going to push this main button in once, and we are going to scroll down to Bluetooth. There it is. It's going to show you the device ID right now. This speaker is 311E. We're going to go down 2 more until we hit Control Pair. Click that in. Come over to your device. We're going to hit open up the Quicksmart app. Boom, there it is immediately. Everse 12 311E. We're just going to click that, click connect, and boom, there it is. Not even a firmware update to do. It is within the app where you do the firmware update, and when you get one of these speakers, make sure to see if it needs a firmware update immediately, because you cannot use the app with the speaker without the most recent firmware. In 2024, anytime I used my Everse 8s, I had them on these Pro X white speaker stands, and they look good. Super sturdy. They are all metal, so a bit on the heavier side when compared to a lot of the traditional speaker stands on the market. But the footprint on these is just so big, and they don't get the speaker up that high really. So for 2025, we just added some gravity stands to the mix. Much smaller footprint, only 4 square feet at the base. They go up 8 feet high, and I just love how these look. Now, I'm not going to waste your time by recording a sound test here in my studio as if it's going to be any help to your ears when watching this video. I had rented the 12s before buying them, so I knew I loved how they sounded. And I would recommend anybody who's in the market for new speakers, try to get your ears on what you're thinking about buying IRL before actually making a purchase. If you are in the mobile DJ game, or if you are a musician and you haven't heard these speakers yet and want to, I'll bet someone local in your network or a retailer nearby would love to give you a demo. Just ask around. So to anybody in the market for a versatile battery-powered speaker, then the Everse line are definitely worth checking out. And if you are still here, I just want to say thanks for watching this video. Do me a favor, hit that like button, maybe consider subscribing. We are all in on YouTube here in 2025, and I would love it if you came along for the ride. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.